Hello everyone, my name is Anushri, second year BE in Information Science and Engineering student at Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, Bengaluru. Today's topic of my presentation is characteristics of DBMS. First of all, what is DBMS? DBMS stands for Database Management System. It is the set of computer programs that are used for the creation and modification of a database. It is a software integrity package. The database management system also acts as an intermediate between the end user and the database. It is also establishes an environment for multi-user to create, access, and manipulate the data in the database. So let's move on towards the characteristics of DBMS. So first of all, in characteristics of DBMS, we have real-world entity. The reality of database management system is one of the most important and easily understandable characteristics. The database management system is developed in such a way that it can manage huge business organization and store the business data with security. The database can store the information such as cost of vegetables, milk, bread, etc. In database management system, the entities look like real-world entities. For example, if we want to create a student database, we need some entity and any student stores their data. In the database, then it should be the real-world entity. The most commonly used properties in the student base are roll number, name, age, gender, etc. So the next characteristics of database management system is it is self-explaining in nature. In database management system, the database contains another database and the another database also contains a metadatabase. So here the term metadata means data about the data. For example, in a school database, the total number of rows and the tables name are the examples of metadata. So the self-explaining nature means the database explains all the information automatically itself. This is because in database, all the data are stored in a structured format. Next, we come to atomicity of operations, that is also known as transactions. Here, the atomicity means either the operation should be fully performed or not at all performed, i.e., it should be complete the operation on 0% or 100%. Here, database management system provides the atomicity as a characteristic. This is the most important and useful characteristic of DBMS. You can completely understand the atomicity with the help of the below example. For example, every bank has its own database and the database contains all the information about its customers. Let the transaction is the most common atomic operation of the bank. If Sona wants to transfer 1,000 rupees to Archita account, it is possible with the help of the atomicity feature of the database. If there is a problem in Archita's account, if there is a problem in atomicity of the database, i.e. the Archita's account, then the money will be deducted from the Sona's account but not credited to the Archita's account. The database has the feature of atomicity, then such transactions have not occurred at all. And if the transaction fails, then the money will be automatically returned to the sender's account. Concurrent access without anomalies. Here, the term anomalies means multi-users can access the database and fetch the information without any problem. For a better understanding, let's take the examples of a bank again. So let Sona give his ATM card to his sister Achita and tell her to withdraw the 5,000 rupees from the ATM. At the same time, Sonu also transfers the 2,000 rupees to his brother Monu. At the same time, both operations performed successfully. Initially, Sonu had 10,000 rupees in his bank account, but after both the transactions, i.e. the transfer and the withdrawal, when Sonu checks his bank balance, it shows 3,000 rupees. So this is error-free updation of the bank balance is possible with the help of the concurrent feature of the database. Thus, here we see the concurrent is a great feature of the database. Stores any kind of structured data. The database has the ability to store the data in a structured format. In the most of the websites, we only see that only student database examples are given for the better understanding, but the important fact is that the database has the ability to store unlimited amount of data though. So DBMS has the ability to store any type of data that exists in the real world, and these data are in a structured way. It is another type of a very important characteristic of DBMS. Next, we move on to integrity. Here, the term integrity means the data should be correct and consistent in nature. Let's understand this by taking an example. Let's say there is a bank named ABC Bank, and the ABC Bank has its own database for the storage of its customers' data. If we try to enter the account details of the ABC Bank and account details are not available in the bank, then the database gives the incorrect output. However, if the customer changes their address, but the new address is not updated in the database, it is called as data inconsistency. So the data available in the database should be correct as well as consistent. So if someone's account has a zero balance and later the customer deposits the 6,000 rupees in his account, if the new account balance is not updated in the database, it creates an inconsistency of the data and a problem for the customer. Ease of use. The DBMS queries are very easy in usage. The file and the folder system was used to store the data before the DBMS came into the picture or the market. So searching for the student's name was a very difficult task at the time. So this is because every search operation is done manually in the file and folder system. But when DBMS comes into the market, it is very easy to access the database. In DBMS, we can search any kind of stored data by applying a simple search operation query. It is so much faster than a manual search. In DBMS, there is a CRUD operation. Here, CRUD means create, read, update, and delete, by which we can implement all types of queries in database. Next, we have the most important characteristics of DBMS, that is security. The database should be accessible to the users in a limited way. The access to make changes to the database by the user should be limited, and the users must not be given complete access to the entire database. Unauthorized users should not be allowed to access the database. Authentication. The DBMS has the authentication for various users that directly refers to the limit to which the user can access the data through the database. For instance, in any organization, the admin has the access to make changes to the database of the organization in whole, as some people like employees might have joined the organization or someone might have left that organization. However, the employees have access only to their personal profiles and can make changes to them only. They cannot access the database of any other employee or organization as a whole. So that's all for this video. Thank you.